Board members can save up to 10 cents a gallon after every fill-up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Rewards valid on future fill after minimum 5-gallon purchase. Members with silver status save up to 8 cents a gallon at participating Shell stations. Only limit 20 gallons. See fuelrewards.com/nitro for details.
At CarMax, when we say we buy all the cars, we mean it. Over the last 20 years, we've purchased millions of cars from coast to coast. In the last year alone, we bought a mountain of Mercurys, an armada of Nissans, a ton of Titans, an ocean of Pacificas, and a sea of Siennas. Not to mention a few Hellcats and a couple of Tornadoes. So no matter what you're selling, CarMax is buying. And we'll buy your car even if you don't buy ours. CarMax. We buy all the cars.
High marks for smartphone manufacturers, not for car makers on their infotainment systems.
In AAA's test, this
Okay, Google, dial 801.
was much better than punching in commands by hand. Overall,
if the task was relatively simple, easy, and intuitive, then the workload was low.
study author and University of Utah professor Dr. David Strayer says Apple CarPlay and Google Android Auto were the least distracting, while models from high-end automakers BMW, Land Rover, and Mercedes were among the most. Peter King, CBS News.
A vulgarity shouted at President Trump gets a Capitol Hill intern suspended. Democratic Senator Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire has ordered Caitlin Marriott to stay home for a week after she yelled at the president as he walked across the Capitol Rotunda to meet with House Speaker Paul Ryan last week. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hey, Dave, you in for golf this weekend?
I can't. I promised I'd find a plumber to fix a sink and a painter to paint the...
Just use Angie's List.
Doesn't that cost money?
Not at all. It's free to find pros in your area who can do the work. You can even read ratings and reviews from other customers.
What about roofing pros?
Angie's List has pros for everything. And to save time, they'll even match you to the best pros for the job.
Oh, that's awesome. Looks like I'll be able to play after all.
Find the best pros for your next project at angieslist.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology actively invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you, the needle in the haystack.
Try ZipRecruiter now for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do with a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say I do to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know about the EPB's Roundup program, where you can round your electric bill up to the nearest dollar, and that money goes to community relief to help those who are less fortunate pay their electric bill. You can now increase the charitable amount you add to your EPB bill to any amount you choose, $1, $2, $5, $10, or even more. Say your electric bill is $94.14 and you want to round it up by $5. Your bill would actually be $100. To make your change to your EPB bill, contact the Glasgow EPB.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Well, good morning from WCLU Studios, 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour. Waking up after another one of those wild evenings here where we had several rounds of showers and thunderstorms that came through, several warnings, more for folks to the east of us here, but still some for us here in South Central Kentucky. And I think first things first, we're going to let Jeff Eno at the Weather Channel explain about the fact that we are under a flash flood watch for today. I'll tell you more about that just in a second.
Remaining under that flash flood watch, we could see heavy rain once again today. Another couple of inches possible on already saturated soil. Scattered storms will become likely, and we could pick up some gusty winds. We top out around 85. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms early, overnight low 72. Scattered thunderstorms for our Thursday, afternoon high to around 90. Stray shower thunderstorm for Friday to finish out the work week. Mostly sunny otherwise, 91 for the high. I'm Jeff Eno from from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Now, the saturated ground that Jeff is talking about here from the WCLU studios in the last 24 hours, we have received 2 2/10 inches of rain, 2.20 in the last 24 hours, and that's kind of the way we're shaping up with the amount of rain in the rain gauge. The National Weather Service has issued this statement: flash flood threat continues across central Kentucky. The flash flood watch is in effect for much of central Kentucky through 7 o'clock local time tonight. Excessive rainfall has occurred over the last 2 days in many locations in central Kentucky. An additional round of showers and thunderstorms expected this afternoon. That could produce another 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. So on top of what we have, the ground is saturated, and you will be shocked at how quickly that can kind of start piling up on you with this much rain in the ground already. I'm looking at the constant coverage and studio radar screen this morning, and there's already some shower activity out there. A thunderstorm in southwest Barron County right now, down around the Barron River State Park. Some rumble-bumble for folks on the lake early this morning. Another area of showers just in northern Barron County, up right on the Hart County-Barron County line. Some more shower activity just west of Elizabethtown, and you'll run into the showers when you get to about the Tennessee line on I-65, and some rumble-bumble on into the greater Nashville area. So it's really dotting the landscape this morning, and we want you to be careful as you're out driving and be aware of the fact that the complicated factor is that we have had so much rain that any roads that you're not used to maybe having some water runoff on those roads may be showing up. 94% humidity, 29.98 is the pressure. Southwest winds at a couple of miles an hour, and it's 69 degrees. Live in the newsroom, round one of local news, and News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. State police are investigating an officer-involved shooting in Hart County. In the early hours of Tuesday morning, State Police Post 3 from Bowling Green received a call from State Police Post 4 for assistance with an active vehicle pursuit that it was occurring in LaRue County. The pursuit that ended in Hart County, eventually ending on Pine Ridge Road near Bonneville. State Police Post 4 saw a passenger car speeding in Hardin County. Now, as troopers attempted a traffic stop at a marked patrol cars by turning on their lights and sirens, the operator attempted to flee. The pursuit originated in Hardin County and continued into northern Hart County before ending on Pine Ridge Road. Nearing the conclusion of the pursuit, the vehicle turned around and began to travel straight towards troopers. State Police Sergeant Michael Gartnez fired multiple shots from his service weapon, striking the vehicle, which did end the pursuit. 24-year-old Terry Lee Sheets of Greenville, Indiana, was treated at the scene for minor injuries and was arrested. There were no injuries involved to law enforcement personnel. State Police Post 4 Elizabethtown has charged Sheets with multiple felonies, including fleeing or evading police, attempted murder of a police officer, wanton endangerment, 2 counts, criminal mischief, fleeing or evading police, and operating a motor vehicle while under the influence. 25-year-old Ricky Parker was a passenger in the vehicle. She was uninjured and was arrested for an outstanding warrant out of Indiana. Sheets was lodged in the Hart County Jail, Parker in the Hardin County Detention Center. State Police Critical Incident Response Team, along with State Police detectives, are continuing their investigation. There's a traffic advisory. Kentucky 88 at the Old Depot in Munfordville will be closed. CSX Railroad will repair the crossing on 88 in Munfordville beginning at 6 p.m. tonight. The road will be closed during the project. Work will be finished no later than Thursday at 7 p.m. Signs will be posted along the detour route US 31, Kentucky 1140, and Kentucky 728. And on Tuesday, Hart County Deputy Sheriff Joey Cox, along with Horse Cave Officer Brandon Puckett, responded to a complaint of a suspicious vehicle on Flint Ridge Road. As a result of that investigation, they made 2 arrests. 49-year-old Donald Wilburn of Edmonton was arrested, charged with possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. 47-year-old Vicky Wilburn was a passenger. She was arrested, charged with public intoxication. Both were lodged in the Hart County Jail. State officials are drawing down the water level of a small lake at Big Bone Lick State Historic Site in Boone County because of a leak in the dam. The drawing down of water was intended to reduce the chance of a sudden failure of the dam at the 9.6-acre lake and provide an opportunity for the Department of Parks to assess the damage. The dam's classified as a low hazard dam, meaning failure would cause little or no damage to other structures, public utility services, roads, or railroads. Now, the dam was last inspected in July of last year. At that time, no leaks were observed. The dam was built in 1966 to create a recreational lake and is owned by the Kentucky Department of Parks. Department of Parks and the Division of Water officials are continuing to monitor the dam daily. They'll continue to draw down the lake as needed. They also have notified state and local emergency officials, though the dam does not appear to be in imminent danger. Signs are being posted to alert downstream anglers who fish along Big Bone Creek. And the leak was reported on Friday, June 22nd. The inspection was done that day by dam safety personnel from the Kentucky Division of Water. They did note a large leak was discharging downstream the slope of the 70-foot dam. The leak appears to be the result of internal soil erosion within the dam, possibly related to leaking drawdown pipes. Additional dam inspections are expected over the weekend, Additional dam inspections over the weekend indicated the leak volume has increased. Water is now coming from other areas on the dam slopes. Inspections will continue through this weekend as well. 6:14 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, 69 degrees.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
In more local news, an arrest stems from a marijuana complaint. The Glasgow Police Department responded to the drug complaint on Nunn Street. Officers detected a strong odor of marijuana coming from the home when they arrived. They also saw a subject attempting to go out the back door through a package that contained marijuana from his hand behind a refrigerator. Officer Zane Greer arrested Brenton Brown, age 19 of Glasgow, charging him with trafficking in marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, endangering the welfare of a minor, tampering with physical evidence. Officer Zane Greer was assisted at the scene by Officer Chris Pointer. Western Kentucky University President Dr. Tim Caboni spent his summer visiting the 27 counties that make up the WKU immediate service area. On Wednesday, he wrapped up a whirlwind day with a trip to the Old School Cafe in Metcalfe County School District. Dr. Caboni and other WKU staff members experienced the fresh salad bar and the now famous Old School donuts and cinnamon rolls. Metcalfe County High School students Cody Quinn, Clary Quinn, Julie Barlow, and Emily Green were on hand to serve Dr. Caboni and his guest. Now, the Old School Cafe is innovation at its best, said Dr. Caboni, with a remarkable opportunity for these students to gain real-world experience with running a business while also fulfilling a terrible niche in the community. The cinnamon rolls were amazing, as were the donuts, and to balance out the sugar, I enjoyed the healthy salad bar. The superintendent, Dr. Benny Lyle, was a gracious host, and the students provided outstanding service. He said he was so impressed with the whole operation. Julie Barlow commented on how Dr. Caboni made her and the other students feel at ease. I just felt like I was talking to any customer, certainly not a university president. Superintendent Lyle voiced his pleasure with the visit. I have had a good fortune to speak with Dr. Caboni on several occasions. He's always so approachable. I know that he has a genuine interest in ours and surrounding communities. Caboni indicated this stop was 19 or 20. He said he was losing count on his 27 county mission. Lazy summer days aren't always in the cards for Kentucky teachers who aren't paid when classes are in session. Now, besides working a job during summer break, some teachers hold a second job after the school bell rings. New data from the National Center for Education Statistics shows that nearly 1 in 5 teachers worked a job outside the school system during the 2015-2016 school year. President of the Kentucky Teachers Association, Stephanie Winkler, says educators simply are not being paid adequately.
It's a fact that I wish were not true, but if you go to any school building in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, you'll find educators that work an outside job or perhaps even several jobs to make ends meet. This is an unfortunate reality in public education today.
Teachers in Kentucky earn on average $53,000 annually, according to the National Education Association. That's just slightly higher in 2000. Winkler believes school funding problems, coupled with the lack of respect for the profession, resulting in teachers not being properly compensated for their education and experience. Winkler says teachers often devote their own time and money to ensure students are ready to learn, which includes purchasing supplies and sometimes purchasing food.
And the lack of education funding, it usually falls back on the teachers to make up for that loss in funding because we don't want our students to go without. So it's just unfortunate that it has to come to that.
She adds the report findings underscore what society values.
Education above all else makes every other occupation possible. So one might assume that education at its foundation would be the highest priority for our nation. But reality tells us a different story. So this must and can change if we want to make it so.
Kentucky ranks 26th among states for the average teacher salary. In local 911 activity, 2 motor vehicle accidents with injury, one on West Cherry Street, one on Burkesville Road late last night. Temple Hill Volunteer Fire Department, East Barron Volunteer Fire Department, Barron Metcalf EMS, the Sheriff's Office, Glasgow Police, and Fire are the responding agencies. There was also a fire on Lick Branch Road. The Sheriff's Office and East Barron Volunteer Fire Department responded to that scene. It's 6:20 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, 69 degrees.
Be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is praising the Supreme Court's vote to uphold President Trump's travel ban.
I'm happy to see a Supreme Court right of center as it was before Justice Scalia passed away.
After the Supreme Court voted to uphold President Trump's ban, McConnell marked the occasion by tweeting a picture of himself shaking Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch's hand. Meanwhile, protesters continue to hound Republican leaders over the immigrant family separation policy at the southern border. A group confronted Mitch McConnell Tuesday as he was leaving an event at Georgetown University with his wife, Department of Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao. The two were quickly removed from the protest by security. Thousands of dollars made from drug settlements in Kentucky are going to help victims of sexual assault.
Attorney General Andy Beshear is giving $30,000 to the Kentucky Association of Sexual Assault Programs to train hospitals on providing legally required services to victims of sexual assault. That funding will go towards developing short videos and training materials for ER personnel to refer to in order to respond to sexual assaults as effectively as possible. The idea to create the training came from concerns about the current delivery of sexual assault forensic exams due to inadequate resources. I'm Haley Hansen.
And the jury has returned a unanimous verdict for one defendant and a split verdict for the other in the murder trial of Marine Jonathan Price. The jury has found Quincenio Canada not guilty in the 2014 murder of Price. He was found guilty in 3 robbery charges. The jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict for murder charges against Dewan Mulazim. He was found guilty of multiple robbery charges and tampering with physical evidence. The 2 were accused of murdering Jonathan Price outside a Lexington bar in 2014. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hey, Swamp Fox, this is Fat Cat. You got your ears on? Come back. Yo, Fat Cat, I'm over here at exit 33 having a burger and fries. Why don't you join me?
Swamp Cat, I'm about to pass exit 33 right now. Order some hot wings for me.
Move out of the way, Grandma. The speed limit's 70.
Protect yourself and your passengers by learning how to share the road with smaller vehicles. The Ticketing Aggressive Cars and Trucks campaign is being enforced statewide, so pay attention. Don't be distracted. Brought to you by the Kentucky State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Branch.
It's the summer travel season. To raise awareness of traffic laws and to encourage safe driving habits, state and local law enforcement are out in force during the Blue Lights Across the Bluegrass campaign. The goal is not to write tickets, but to save lives. Don't speed, don't drive impaired or distracted, and always wear your seatbelt. Obey the laws, or you will be cited. No exceptions, no excuses. Paid with federal funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Join us Thursday, June 28th at 10:30 a.m. as we introduce a new concept to the local economy. It's Unique Gifts, the Market. And you might be asking yourself, didn't Unique Gifts close? And you'd be correct, but Unique Gifts, the Market is local shopping reinvented. Now, more than a dozen local artists, vendors, and craftsmen will all be under one roof, which is the former Unique Gifts location on Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow. These talented local creators are now in one place, and you check out at one register, featuring paintings by Kimberly Moore and Marla Edwards, trinkets by Sherry Wheeler, Front Porch Gourds, and Jackie Knuckles' Green Hollow Farm Soap, as well as Bourbon Barrel Enterprises and a whole lot more. Jewelry, art, home decor, gift items, all locally made, all under one fantastic roof. So don't be confused. It's Unique Gifts, the Market, a new shopping experience right here in Glasgow. And just to be sure you're up to speed, join us for our ribbon cutting Thursday, June 28th at 10:30 a.m. at the former Unique Gifts location, Cleveland Avenue, Glasgow.
625, 69 degrees. Looking quickly at the radar screen this morning, we show that the shower activity in southeast Barron County is picking up a little bit in intensity, and some more showers on the Barron-Monroe County, the Barron-Monroe County line and the Barron-Metcalfe County line. Now, the activity between Tompkinsville and Cookville this morning has really picked up. If you're going to be driving into northern Tennessee this morning, down in that area around Tompkinsville and on into the northern part of Cookville area, some bigger showers there, and the greater Nashville area out east along I-40 in between Nashville and Mount Juliet. Pretty heavy shower activity there. So be aware of that. It's dotting the landscape. We'll bring you an update on the forecast in just a moment.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible, with plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options. South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
69 degrees at 6:26 from the studios of WCLU. In area funeral announcements this hour, Bobby Joe Watt, age 80, of Bowling Green, died Monday at the medical center. He was a farmer, and his survivors include 2 brothers, Albert Watt and Richard Watt, and 3 sisters, Rachel Watt, Pauline Watt, and Maybelle Hicks. A graveside service for Bobby Joe Watt will be held at 10 o'clock Thursday morning at the Boiling Spring Cemetery under the direction of the Hardy & Son Funeral Home. William Bill Gray, age 78, of Glasgow, died Friday at the Glasgow State Nursing Facility. He was the son of the late Elbert and Roselle Mosley Gray, and is survived by his wife Suzanne Lawrence Gray, 2 daughters, Karen Hill and Robin Gray, 1 son, Brian Gray, 4 stepdaughters, Laura Workman, Nancy Borman, Lisa Bollinger, and Michelle Lane. 11 grandchildren, 9 great-grandchildren. The family of William Bill Gray will have a private memorial service, and remains will be buried in Yucca, Mississippi, with his parents. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Robert William Bobby Roeder III, age 46, of Smiths Grove, died Sunday at University of Louisville Hospital. Mr. Roeder was employed in maintenance and was a member of the Avenue Church. He is survived by his wife, Sandy Roeder, 9 children: Heather Jones, Amanda Young, Dana Young, all of Glasgow, Dallas and Dylan Farmer of Louisville, Kayla, Casey, Robert Luke, and Bo Roeder, all of Glasgow, and 6 grandchildren. Services for Robert William Bobby Roeder III will be Saturday morning at 11 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Raymond Clifford Webb, age 80, of Munfordville, died Monday at NHC Healthcare in Glasgow. Webb was self-employed. He is survived by his wife of 25 years, Phyllis Webb, 5 sisters, Mandy Webb and Ida Riggs of Louisville, Lily Webb of Macon, Georgia, Mandy Webb of Louisville, and Molly Riggs of Bloomington, Indiana. 1 brother, Alfred Webb of Louisville. Services for Raymond Clifford Webb will be at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon at the Brooks Funeral Home. Interment will be in the Dorsey Chapel Cemetery. The family will receive friends from noon until 8 today and from 9 until 1 on Thursday. Mrs. Ora Jean Ray, age 82, died Monday at the Medical Center. She was a retired school teacher and a member of the Bristow Church of Christ. She is survived by her husband, Irwin D. Ray, 3 sons, Stephen, Timothy, and Jonathan, a sister, Thelma Walling, a brother, Eddie Miller, 2 grandsons, Benjamin and Jacob Ray. A graveside service for Mrs. Ora Jean Ray will be held at the Bowling Green Gardens following the visitation, Thursday from 1 until 3 p.m. at Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Memorial donations may be made to the Irwin and Jean Ray Scholarship Trust at Johnson University, Knoxville, Tennessee. Jane M. Hines of Hardyville died Friday at her home. She is survived by her children, Don Porritt, Judy Crucy, Craig and Rick Porritt, and Sheila Duncan. Cremation was chosen for Jane M. Hines. A private memorial will be held at a later date. Arrangements under the direction of the Wynn Funeral Home. Dorothy Jean Buckner, age 77, of Horse Cave, died Saturday at Hospice House of Southern Kentucky. She was a member of the Allen Seminary Baptist Church. She worked as a home health caretaker, house cleaned, and was a babysitter who was always willing to lend a hand to anyone. She is survived by her daughter, Deborah Reed of Horse Cave, 2 brothers, Don and Leroy Buckner, both of Glasgow, a sister, Kay Robertson of Killeen, Texas, a niece, Kendra Buckner, 3 nephews, Joe and Dwayne Stockton, and Corey Buckner. Funeral services for Dorothy Jean Buckner will be held Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Perry Cemetery. Visitation begins at 5 p.m. Thursday at the Wynn Funeral Home. Dottie B. Nunn, age 78, of Munfordville, died Monday at her home. She was a member of the Cosby United Methodist Church. She was retired from Hart County Social Services. Survived by her 2 children, Al Nunn and wife Debbie of St. Petersburg, Florida, and Shannon Aubrey and husband William of Munfordville. 6 grandchildren, Tammy Harper, Heather Ortiz, Walter Hunley, David Aubrey, Elena Logston, and Chelsea Aubrey. 2 sisters, Jill Bonnell and Goldie Proctor. 9 great-grandchildren also survive. Services for Dottie B. Nunn will be held at 11 o'clock Thursday morning at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Cosby Cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 p.m. this afternoon. A reception and visitation for Donna Reed Norton, age 64, of Glasgow, will be held at the home of Carol Dawn and Terry Durham at 206 Norris Court tonight from 5 until 8 p.m. There will be no formal services. Cremation was chosen. Arrangements are under the direction of the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Funeral services for Henry Kaiser Jr., 88 of Munfordville, will be Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Seagull Funeral Home. Visitation begins at 3 o'clock this afternoon. There will not be a funeral procession to the cemetery. The service will be dismissed at the funeral home. Visitation for Robert Sullivan, age 27, of Bowling Green, will be from 5 until 8 tonight at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Memorial contributions can be made to the Robert Sullivan Memorial Fund. Graveside service for Thomas Orton, age 84, of Bonneville, will be at 11 o'clock this morning at the Concord Cemetery. Military honors to be provided by the DAV Chapter 20 of Glasgow. The Seagull Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Okay, Mom. The gutters are clean and I fixed the doorknob. Anything else?
Yes, you can help me figure out what to do with my money in the CD at the bank.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Per person, and there's free unlimited carnival rides with each paid admission. Tonight it's Beauty and the Beast. Starting at 6 p.m., don't miss the Monster Truck Thrill Ride. Experience the thrill of riding in the back of a real monster truck. Then at 7 p.m., it's the always stunning Miss Preteen and Teen Barron County Fair Pageant. It's a whole night of fun at the Temple Hill Fairgrounds just south of Temple Hill on Highway 63.
Thoughts about safety from A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. A beautiful custom in our community is drivers paying respect to the departed and their families by pulling to the shoulder of the road when meeting a funeral procession. It shows reverence, respect, and even love for those suffering a loss. As meaningful as this is, your safety should always come before paying respects. The beautiful hills and winding roads that lead to many rural cemeteries can be a threat to public safety when drivers pull off the road near curves, hilltops, bridges, and other natural elements of our roads. For the sake of those sharing the road, including those in the procession, we urge you to use extreme caution where visibility is limited. Make the safe decision when encountering an oncoming funeral procession. Kentucky law doesn't require drivers to pull over. It's a tradition that should be governed by safety first. A message from A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home of Glasgow.
6:35, WCLU, 69 degrees. Let's check out the morning weather forecast, shall we?
This WCLU weather update is brought to you by Bluegrass Cellular, where the $100 bonus is happening now. Get a $100 bonus on top of the value of your current smartphone when you trade in for any new smartphone today. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
Remaining under that flash flood watch, we could see heavy rain once again today. Another couple of inches possible on already saturated soil. Scattered storms will become likely, and we could pick up some gusty winds. We top out around 85. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms early. Overnight low, 72. Scattered thunderstorms for our Thursday. Afternoon high to around 90. Stray shower thunderstorm for Friday to finish out the work week. Mostly sunny otherwise. 91 for the high. I'm Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. First things first, we're under a flash flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. We had 2 2/10 of an inch of rain, 2.20 in the bucket, and it's raining outside right now. If you're watching on television or on the Facebook Live feed, you'll see folks crossing the crosswalk downtown with umbrellas already this morning. So it's out there, some light shower activity. Heaviest rain activity is off to the southeast down in northern Tennessee. There's some more shower activity in West Kentucky. However, there's some little dotted thunderstorms here in our part of the world. Looking like we've got some shower activity out actually in Monroe County, over into Metcalfe County, and a good chunk of Barron County with downpours right now. It's just kind of out there, and it's just going to be regurgitating itself but before this frontal boundary finally passes through. But again, 2.2 inches in the bucket. 637 at WCLU.
Hack Whitty, Marita Whitty Lyle, David Whitty, Becky Lyle, names that have been trusted in this community for quality auto repairs for 46 years. Names you can continue to trust for many years to come. At Whitty's Complete Car Care, they specialize in all your car repair needs, including brakes, tune-ups, and diagnostics. And you won't believe their amazing tire prices. If you're ever in need of towing or unlocking service, Jeff is ready and waiting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whitty's Complete Car Care on Rogers Road in Glasgow, 46 years and counting.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
Stand by for the archives coming up here just in a couple of moments. Of course, at 7 o'clock this morning, we'll talk live with PR man for the Barron County Fair, James Bailey. Hear about last night, planned for tonight. Either way, it's going to be a good conversation. And we have special guests coming in today for our top story, talking about a big weekend event, too. So hang with us right here at WCLU. We got stuff rolling. The next thing I got to do is tell you about the birthdays and tell you about Ralphie's Fun Center. They're in charge of fun around here, you know. It's their middle name, and they do a mighty fine job at it. Lots of things going on. If you got a birthday party you need to plan, get Ralphie's in on it. They'll take care of the headache part of the planning. You just plan the fun. And then, of course, some special events coming up in the escape room. That's something you really ought to get some more information on, that escape room. It's kind of cool, and they've done a good job developing that out there at Ralphie's Fun Center. Let me find my little birthday music bed right here. Let's make it official, okay? We have, first of all, a big birthday going out to Miss Ellis Thomason. Miss Ellis Thomason is 88. Got a call from one of her children who's telling me what a great mom that she is, telling me that she raised, I think it was 10 kids on her own, and did a fabulous job at it, and is plugging along quite nicely here at 88 today for Miss Ellis Thomason. Birthday wish going out to Debbie Bunnell. Mark Blackburn has a birthday. It is Bob Hughes, number 75 for Bob. Spencer Clemens, Betty Turner Hare on the birthday side of things. Anniversary-wise, we've got Dave and Brenda England. It's the 38th wedding anniversary for the Englands. How about that? And we've also got the 48th wedding anniversary for Tommy and Barbara Jackson. Congratulations to all of our honorees. With room on the paper and the phones ringing off the wall, we should add to that here this morning. Check out Ralphie's. It's a fun place to check out for sure. And let's see, we're at 641 now, 69 degrees.
Shut that window! We can't afford to heat the whole neighborhood. You ever said that to someone in your house? Smith Siding.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Daddy called in to say happy 16th birthday to Santana Martin today. What about that? We also have Lily Bennett. And actually, it wasn't Santana's dad that called in. It was Santana's Uncle James who called in. I want to get the right credit there for Santana's 16th birthday. Now, it's Lily Bennett's daddy who called up to wish Lily a happy 7th birthday today. So let's get Santana on there at 16 and Lily on there at 7 today.
Want a chance to win some summer fun? How about a chance to double your fun? Listen to WCLU Radio for your chance to win tickets to Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon in Bowling Green. Or you can double your fun with 2 parks in 1. This summer, Beach Bend is offering amusement park rides, water park, daily shows, and more. Just listen for the sound of the Kentucky Rumbler and call us here at WCLU and tell us how you want to double your fun at Beach Bend and win 2 tickets to Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon. Giveaway runs June the 23rd through the 30th. 1 winner per household. Tickets must be picked up by July 14th of 2018.
Yeah, it's going to be fun when the water park we have out in the front yard dries up, which it will pretty quickly. The real water park down there at Beach Bend. Listen up when you could win some tickets to go down and have some fun. Could be coming up before you know it. This is where we sit down and celebrate our heritage, you know. You got to be proud of your heritage. Sometimes to be proud of it, you got to go back through it or even learn about it for the first time. That's what we do in the archives, as made possible by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
One of the realities of old man winter is things need repairing. But when spring comes, don't be in a rush to get your agricultural or industrial equipment back up and running. Call Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services today and get those repairs done before spring. And even if you have a smaller operation or you just need some odds and ends for your home repairs, Joseph A. Wade is here to meet those needs as well. Joseph A. Wade is located on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, family owned and operated since 1985, a Wright Tool distributor.
All right, sorry about that, Angela. I was just learning so much about a very nice lady calling in about a very nice lady. So let me take care of that, all right?
Okay.
It's Debbie Gooden Gossett. Now, here's the big deal. Debbie Gooden Gossett is turning 60 today.
60.
And she works at the hospital and wears many, many, many hats, and she certainly is a very caring person. And in addition to this being her 60th birthday, it is she and her husband Larry's 37th wedding anniversary today.
Well.
So let me get that part of it down there. You see, I was writing down a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just be glad you don't have to read it after my handwriting later.
Yeah, all that's on Nellie.
Yeah, but she'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, congratulations to Debbie Good and Gossett, 60th birthday today. And so here we are.
Here we are.
I got the archives ready to roll. I just dropped it in the floor, all right? So hold on.
Is it Monday again? I think it's Monday again. Aaron, where are you at? Aaron, you got that bear video ready for later on? Are you listening? Hey.
What are you doing?
Henry, we got a bear video ready for later on.
Okay. Well, I mean, just splice me in.
I'm telling you what, and not right now. Aaron's got to get it together. I feel him panicking out down the hallway.
Okay. Well, we need to get it. We have to get one of these, stop signs with a line through it, like, please do not look at this.
I don't care. People can look at me and mess up. Doesn't bother me.
Well, I have to bend up and pick up the papers here.
There you go.
But I picked them up in the right order.
Maybe people will tell that, like, in some kind of fit of rage, you threw them everywhere.
Well, the thing is, once again proving we didn't rehearse this thing at all. I've choked her up because she said, that's a joke.
As I get choked in my coffee, Lord, no, we don't rehearse.
1918, 100 years ago. The headline in the Glasgow Times reads as follows. They are missed.
Okay.
Wednesday morning, 100 Barron County boys left for Camp Taylor. 29 of them from Glasgow. There are only 2 or 3 of the familiar faces left, and they look dreadfully lonesome.
Okay.
All the boys that were good sports together and hung out at Leach and Davis Drugs, at the Purity, the OK, and the Pool Room are now gone.
Gone.
No more at twilight do they spin around the square. Do we hear honk honk of their cars?
Right.
The boys are greatly missed by the people, but how much? Oh, how much more are they missed by the girls? It says here in the writer in 19 and 18. So all these boys, they, all of a sudden, when you took 100 boys out of Barron County, I don't care that you took a lot of the soul out of the community. And it says they used to hang out at Leach and Davis, the Purity, which I guess is the dairy bar over here, and then the OK, which I think is the barber shop. Remember?
Right.
The OK haircut.
Yeah, the OK haircuts.
Yeah. Anyway, that was
just okay.
1918. Really, that changes the community so quickly. When 100 of the boys left town, didn't go around the square, and the girls were like,
"Where'd they go?"
Well, they're going to Camp Taylor.
No, I'm saying that's you said the girls were like, and I said where'd they all go?
Yeah, that's what the girl said. All right. 1928. This is an interesting little development in county government here from 1928. At a meeting of the fiscal court last week, called for the purpose of electing a county road agent to succeed the late Mr. Bryant Atkinson, whose death removed the head of the road department, a friendly contest developed. Listen to this. This was between Mr. Joe Renfro and Mr. Clark Speck, and the vote by magistrates resulted in a tie. Do you get that? They were trying to get the new road man, the new county road agent, and it was they didn't decide between one. The two of them kind of had a runoff.
There you go.
A little election there, and it ended in a tie. It was then up to Judge Jones to untie the vote.
To break the tie.
He regarded both as capable and both as good friends of himself, so he took them aside and asked them if they would agree for him to flip a coin to determine the vote.
Whatever, he should have broke that tie.
Well, but he did. But he called him in the corner and said, we're going to flip a coin, and the flip resulted favorably to Mr. Speck.
I would have not let him get by flipping no coin.
Yeah, well, in 1928, he was trying to, well, I guess he was probably thinking about running again someday, and so...
Well, sometimes leaders got to make tough decisions.
That's right. But 1928, interesting, he had that much interest in being the county road agent.
Right.
You had a campaign and a runoff, so to speak.
Right.
And a tie. All right, here we go. In 1938, this was a big deal right here, and I hope some of this still exists. Big news in 1938: local moving pictures. Glasgow will have its first local moving pictures to appear on the screen of the Plaza Theater Sunday and Monday, July the 3rd and the 4th. What a way to draw a crowd.
Right.
And each Sunday and Monday thereafter. Now, the Plaza Theater is now equipped with 2 professional new cameras and a complete developing and printing laboratory.
Well.
Moving pictures will be made weekly and exhibited. Newsreel number 1 will include Glasgow's first airplane airmail. On the same reel will be pictures made in or about Glasgow in the past years. Other interesting parts are the candid camera shots of people that you will know.
Mm-hmm.
Each week, a picture of some well-known professional or businessman will appear under the heading of Community Personalities.
There you go.
So, you see, in 1938, it's, we had movies coming to town, but not ones with local citizens in there just doing stuff.
Right.
And when the Plaza, you've seen those promotional pictures from back in the days where Mr. Jigger Asprey's dad is shown holding a camera and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of the beginning of the local newsreels. And as I said, I hope those are in existence somewhere. I've seen some movies of some like football practices and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope somebody somewhere is the curator of all of that.
Somebody somewhere, maybe.
Now, I just noticed something. Let me go back here to 1928 and make sure. Well, believe it or not, this man, you know how this Clark Speck guy that he won the coin toss to be the road man?
Uh-huh.
Well, here we are in 1948, 20 years later. Clark Speck is now the chief pumper at the Glasgow Water Company plant.
Well, I guess he didn't like being the road.
On the North Jackson Highway. His assistant, Floyd Pierce, and family are now living in the company cottage adjoining the pumping station. So, you see, it was a full-time job to the point that you had to live out there.
Yeah, no, I would not want that job.
But, he won that tie vote, if it's the same. I can't imagine we had multiple Clark Specks around here. But
right.
Nonetheless, he was the chief pumper at the Glasgow Water Company.
Chief pumper.
Provided he's living in the house out there.
I wonder if he didn't like the fact that he won that coin toss.
Well, I don't know, but he probably never let that be known.
Yeah, for real.
All right, here we have in 1958. We have a lot of nice neighborhoods around here.
Mm-hmm.
This story in the Republican in 1958. Listen to this. You heard of the Castle Ridge subdivision?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's the name given of Glasgow's latest subdivision here in 1958, which is one being developed in an ultra-modern manner by Grinstead and Depp Developments. The tract, comprising of 60 acres, is located on Lexington Drive, just beyond the state TB hospital property.
Well,
the new firm of Chris Grinstead and O.L. Depp acquired the property from Roy F. Grinstead. The tract is zoned for residential, and thus far 2 streets are nearing completion. There's actually a model home under construction by Austin May, and that is expected to be completed about July the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
That was some bold and daring moves back
For
there.
sure.
1958, you buy 60 acres and plan on developing it into an ultra-modern subdivision, and Mr. Austin May says, yeah, and here's what it would look like. A model home being built.
Mm-hmm.
1958. It's how we got here,
Mm-hmm.
as we like to say. Let's fast forward to 1978. This was a big deal. I don't remember a whole lot of grumbling about it, but nonetheless, it was a big deal. 1978. This day, all applicants for driver's licenses now must have a Social Security card.
well.
That's one way to these old-timers holding out. I don't need no Social Security card.
Right.
Well, maybe you need a driver's license, which means now you got to have a Social Security card.
Ain't that it?
1978. There's ways around it, as they say.
Oh, yeah. You can probably find a way.
Some youngsters doing well here in 1988, Angela. Claire Katchak and Jennifer Turner. This day in 1988 were busy attending Space Camp down in Huntsville, Alabama.
Space Camp School.
What a fabulous place that people get to go and experience some really neat things. I'm glad Claire and Jennifer went down there for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also in 1988, Laura Purcell, who's the daughter of Mr. and Ms. Rex Purcell, won the Golden Poet Award. You know where she won that?
Where?
Anaheim, California.
Well, there you go.
That was way out there. 1988.
I've been to California.
1998, the first bicentennial banner was hung in celebration of the 200th birthday of Barron County, and it was something to see. They hung it on Highway 70 east in Hiceville. You know, why not hang that banner up and let's start celebrating our 200th birthday? And the first one went up out on 70 east of Hiceville. 200 years in the Barrens. And I think that takes us where we're going today. And it's 100 years worth of history. All types of stuff.
Right.
And a whole lot of things, you know, developing subdivisions, and you got the road agent who could rise to the position of chief pumper.
I'm saying. I still think it's crazy they flipped a coin.
Well, I mean, what else were you going to do? Revote?
The judge broke that tie. That's what you do.
Yeah, but you know, he didn't want to.
Well, sometimes you gotta.
Nobody really knows the politics of 19 and.
Oh, I'd say politics have always been about the same.
Yeah, well, let's think about it. I think it's pretty daring that they even had a vote anyway on a staff position, or not really a staff position, but you know, it was an important position because we were just now coming around to getting some roads back in 1918.
There you go. Right.
All right, archives tomorrow will be equally as interesting, and I hope everybody will come back. And I sure thank Ray Green and Gail Berry and all the fine folks at the Cultural Center and our sponsor, Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you...
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man. But there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom.
Request, it's Betty Turner Hair Day on the radio. If you happen to see Miss Betty Turner Hair around town today, you need to wish her happy birthday because it's today. Let her know she's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Trivia straight ahead.
Hey there, it's me, your stomach, down here, you know, the one who can talk. Anyway, I was just at a yoga sesh with a few of the other stomachs, and mid-tree pose, everyone started talking about Subway's new savory rotisserie-style chicken Caesar signature wrap. It's a mouthful to say, I know, but with creamy Caesar dressing and double the rotisserie-style chicken, it's not the only thing that's full, if you know what I mean. It's me, I'm the one that's full. Because I'm a stomach. That's kind of what I do. Subway, make it what you want. Double meat based on average 6-inch sub.
This moment of respite is brought to you by Subway. 5 footlongs, starting at $4.99 each. $4.99. $4.99. 5 footlongs, starting at $4.99 each. Goodbye.
Limited time to participating shops. Prices vary and are higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Extras additional plus tax. No additional discounts or coupons applied.
Are you looking for a new home for your money? Hi, I'm Carissa Peterson, Barron County Community President for Citizens First Bank. From our high-interest earning Platinum Plus checking account to safe deposit boxes to customized loans, you'll find financial expertise from people you know and trust at Citizens First. We are committed to Barron County and committed to your financial future. Stop by today and let us show you how we can serve your long-term banking needs. Citizens First, the best choice for the best checking accounts. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
703 WCLU. I'm ready to have a winner today for dinner. Long John Silver's is the prize. Get ready for the question, but hear what's so special about the real deal meals at Long John.
Welcome to Long John Silver's, home of our new $5 Real Deal box. Dive into our wild-caught 100% Alaskan whitefish, natural cut fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink.
Long John Silver's is putting burgers on notice with our hand-battered and fried to perfection Alaskan whitefish sandwich, fries, cinnamon-puffs, and a drink for just $5.
It's our $5 Real Deal box. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The $5 Real Meal Deal is the real deal. Long John's, Glasgow and Cave City. It is the real deal. Enjoy it today at Long John's. Let's see if you can demonstrate your smarts a little bit here, too. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Dinner's waiting for you at Long John's. I've been practicing this to make sure I can. Yesterday afternoon I was listening to the pronunciation. I think I got it. I want you to tell me, what is it? Well, I'll put the wording in the question here. Founded in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1947, what does the Lepidopterist Society study? In 1947, you could join the Lepidopterist Society. What does the Lepidopterist Society study? Do you know? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Everybody thinks they know trivia.
The Bible?
No, not the Bible. Lepidopterist Society. 1947, Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I don't know why Cambridge, but trivia.
Butterflies or moths?
That's right. Who's this speaking?
Joanne Hughes.
Now, Joanne, you just know a little bit about everything, don't you?
Well, I looked that up.
You looked that up. Now, you know what? There was once a time when you would say, I didn't even have to look that up.
Well, I know, but I don't know everything.
I guess you're not a member of the Lepidopterist Society in out there at Fountain Run, are you?
Flippin'? No.
Flippin', I'm sorry. Flippin', I'm sorry.
Fountain Run's a suburb.
Yeah, that's right. That's people wish they could make it to Flippin' someday.
I guess.
So anyway, it is true. It's in 1947. I guess maybe butterflies and moths weren't getting enough attention, Joanne.
I guess not.
And so they had to get a society, but this Lepidopterist Society, which, you know, I think that's if you go back to the classification of butterfly, that lepidopterist word or some derivative appears in all that.
I guess so.
And it just didn't sound too sophisticated. The Butterfly Society.
Uh-huh.
You know, I think it would be cool to have the Flippin' Society. You'd have a lot of people join that.
Yeah, I'll have to organize it.
Do that, okay? All right, Joel, well, thank you for tuning in, and we'll send you out to Long John's, and you'll be thinking about butterflies. If you see a few around, there's a society to protect them and study, okay?
That'll be good.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, Joanne.
Bye.
Joanne Hughes. If you, in 1947, they said, we need to do this. They started the Lepidopterist Society. And 1947, butterflies. That's what we have in the way of trivia today. You never know what avenue or what pig path we're going to go down to get to something enjoyable here. And tomorrow will be no different. Come back.
CBS News Update. A shocker in New York City's Democratic congressional primary.
Women like me aren't supposed to run for office.
Political neophyte, 28-year-old Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a Bernie Sanders supporter, has beaten 10-term incumbent Joe Crowley.
At the end of the day, this district will be represented by a Democrat.
Crowley talked about as a possible successor to Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi on New York One. Political analyst Leonard Steinhorn.
This was a thumb in the eye of the Democratic Party establishment by the grassroots. It's an anti-establishment vote in some ways similar to the Tea Party upsets just a few years ago in 2014 that upended one of the Republican Party leaders, Eric Cantor.
There was a victory for a long-time politician hoping for a Senate seat.
We expect that Republicans are going to go to Washington again from Utah to represent our great state.
Mitt Romney's won the Republican primary for Orrin Hatch's seat. President's pick, incumbent Governor Daniel McMaster, the winner in South Carolina. CBS News Update.
It's 7:08, 69 degrees at WCLU on this Wednesday morning. We are looking at 69 degrees. We had 2 inches plus 2 more tenths in the last 24 hours. We're going to find out from James Bailey, the Public Relations Director of the Barron County Fair, exactly about the rain and about last night's activities and what we're going to get ready for this season. Hey, James, how you doing this morning?
Oh, doing great. How you doing there?
Doing real good, real good. Just excited to hear from you because I'm hearing lots of positive talk about this year's Barron County Fair.
Yeah, it's going good, really, considering the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, last night we weren't able to have the lawnmower pull because it was so much water out on the track.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But we had all the other festivities. We had a tremendous baby show and tiny Mr. and Miss and Little Mr. and Miss.
There's no rain that can affect that, is there?
No, we had 154 participants.
My goodness. I don't know what the record is, but that can't be too far from it.
Boy, it was tremendous. It sure was.
Good.
They were all really winners, and I'm not going to get into the baby show. There were so many different categories.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you the winners on the other, like the Tiny Miss, I think Ellen Carol Ritchie was winner of that.
Okay.
Tiny Mister was Griffin Andrew Hughes.
Okay.
Little Mister was Larkin White Button, and Little Miss was Maria Grace Burke. Those were the winners, and there's so many, runner-up and everything. That's just take a while to get those. But
so you're right, they all are winners for sure.
They are all winners, yes, they sure were. And, even though some may not get anything there, they're participating and they go what they did, they were really winners.
Correct.
But we had a good night, and tonight we expect it. I know we got better rain, but we're going to be positive.
Yeah.
Here's what's on deck now. Of course, admission's $10 this tonight per person. Something I want to emphasize that though tonight and tomorrow night, those that park down in front of the pavilion on that lawn be a $5 parking fee. However, all rest parking is free.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to
That's
mention
only
that.
fair.
Yeah. And of course, we're still selling other raffle tickets, and for the drawing, it'll be Saturday night.
Oh, there's some good prizes too.
Oh yeah. And $1, that's not going to hurt too many people.
That's not really much of a gamble, is it?
No, not really. 6 o'clock tonight we have scheduled a monster truck thrill rides. This is something we've never done before. This is new for us.
You get to ride in the back of a monster truck. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And at 7 o'clock tonight, this evening, we will have our pre-team and miss-team Barron County Fair pageant.
Always very well done, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And this be rain or shine, we'll have that. You know, it's inside, so
Yes,
we're okay on that. And hey, the car was running all time last night during the fair, and it was running good, and it was all great.
Well, you know, the weather, I don't know if there's anything that the weather can affect on the carnival, but I think it's very professionally done, and it's run safely, so you just don't really worry a lot about that, do you?
No, we don't have to. Of course, if it starts light and everything, they'll shut it down until it quits.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to be at the top of that thing when the lightning does come around, you know.
No, that's right. And it's a good atmosphere. People to go and meet your friends and you know, just have a good time. And
tell them again about the food, how the fact that y'all are really got some special food this year.
The Wood family, Jamie Wood family are in charge of cooking the food this time. And we're having plates, you know, like you want a plate like with beans and potato salad and corn on the cob. And they have a shoulder, pulled pork, hamburger, hot dog. Those are different plates they have. That, you know, taco, salad. You know, I could go into like we still have and get hamburger, cheeseburger sandwiches.
Yeah.
And the fish sandwich that we've had for years. Taco. The nacho plate, nacho with cheese. We have a lot of variety on our concession stand. I think folks will enjoy that.
Well, you throw that in with a whole bunch of folks coming down for all those pageants, and to get a chance to ride in the back of a monster truck, you ought to sell some food tonight, James.
Well, too. Yeah, we're staying awfully busy, and that's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on having a couple of good nights under your belt, and today and tonight will be certainly no different. And anything else you want to remind folks about before we wrap this report up, James?
No, I just want people to come on out and enjoy it, because we've got we're going through Saturday night. And, get all of it in you can, because you know that'll be all up for this year. And hey, we won't put it on. We want people to be out, come out, and enjoy it, and we appreciate those that have and will.
Temple Hill Lions Club Barron County Fair, as reported on by the public relations guru, Mr. James Bailey. And we look forward to talking to you in the morning. Look forward to hearing about a great evening at the Barron County Fair, James, okay?
Thank you very much, sir. And
all right.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253DN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
And Dr. Amy Cassidy.
At WCLU, and today's top story is actually one of the coolest stories that I've heard in a long time. This is Sergeant Troy Edwards. He's a sergeant at the Barron County Detention Center. And how long have you been at the detention center?
5 years.
5 years in corrections.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it an easy job?
No.
And I can definitely tell that you were actually just awarded the Kentucky Jailers Association had their annual conference this week. And you were surprised, was it Wednesday?
Yes.
With an award of valor. Okay, that's a big deal. Then when I read your nomination letter, what happened? Okay, this is a crazy story. So is any day typical at the detention center?
No, every day is different. You don't know what it's going to be. You've got some of the same things you have to do every day, but everything's different. You don't know what's going to happen.
So now you had the award of valor is for someone who's gone above and beyond, basically. Someone who has well, let's just talk a little bit about your story, because this is crazy. So you again, you've been there 5 years. You're basically at this point you're ready for anything. You found a shank.
Yes, ma'am.
On an inmate. Now, when you say shank, this thing is crazy. I think we've got a picture of it we can show. Can you tell us what happened that day? What made you think that something was going on?
Well, we got a call over the radio from control room that there was some suspicious activity in the cell, and when me and Deputy Gibbons went in, we seen the inmate on the wall, and he was acting suspicious, so we went over and checked it out.
And at that point, you had no idea what was going on. You just knew it was something suspicious.
Something, yeah. And then we got to talking to him, looking around, and I seen something by his foot, and it kind of just made me look at it a little bit harder. And I told him to get up, and when he did, he reached down and grabbed it and tried to conceal it. So I told him to drop it, and he complied, and I performed a pat-down search on him, and then that's when I uncovered the shank, and we had the rest of the cell took out so we could search for more.
Right. Now talk to me about this shank. It was 5 inches.
Yes, ma'am.
What was it made out of?
I'm not 100% sure. It was really the better one that I've seen since I've been there. I've seen a few, but it was probably one of the dangerous ones that I've seen.
And 5 inches. If he had made contact with somebody, like in the head or the neck, or they could kill somebody.
Oh yeah, definitely. It could hurt somebody.
Seriously, so you were able to get the shank out of there, and then evidently the inmate then had tried to commit suicide.
Yes, while he was in a holding cell, while we was continuing searching the cell, when we come back up, I went in control room, relieved somebody, and I was scanning through cameras, and when I come up on his cell, he was laying on the floor with something tied around his neck. That's all I could tell was some kind of orange, and that's when I radioed for everybody else to went in, and that's when they went in and found it. And he done turned blue at that point.
And this was all on the same day?
Yep, just within an hour of each other.
What does it feel like? Because I know when you're in the moment, you kick in your training and all that kicks in. But in that moment, what were you? Or looking back now, are you thinking, "Wow, that was just an average day at work"?
Yeah, it was definitely crazy, but it's just something you kind of get. I don't know. I won't say used to, but you get accustomed to. But anytime you got somebody trying to harm herself like that, it's never good. You don't want that to happen. So we try really hard. We do a good job of making sure everybody stays safe. So.
Hey, if you hadn't gone in there and you hadn't gotten that shank out initially, a lot of people in that cell could have been hurt.
Yeah, and I interviewed some people in there, and that they was aware of it and said that he made some threats to people with it and stuff, about staff and other inmates. So it was definitely something good to get out.
So for people that may think, well, why didn't they tell you guys, hey, he's got a shank? I mean, that could have caused them problems.
Yeah, it would. They would have been labeled a snitch or a rat or whatever, and they don't want that. They'd rather take the consequences of leaving it in there if something happened.
So when you got the call for suspicious activity, was your first thought to go straight in there and figure it out? Was there a hesitation? I mean, I myself, I'd be like, no, wait a minute, let me figure it out.
Yeah, you always want to assess the situation. You don't ever just want to roll in because it could just be a setup for something more. So, you always want to look in, just take your time, observe, and see what you think's going on before you actually go in. Because even in a medical emergency, you don't want to rush right in because it could be something else that they're just staging.
Nobody's really happy to be there.
No.
So you've got a group of people that would, much rather be anywhere else
than
there. So they're going to, do whatever they can basically at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sergeant Troy Edwards, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for all the work that you do at the detention center. And
You're welcome.
I think this is definitely a very well-deserved award. Hopefully they'll get you a big plaque or something you can hang up.
Yeah, they give me a picture to hang up, so it's pretty nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you
so much. Angela Briggs, WCLU, and this is today's top story.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Happy to have as our guest today on Top Story a local pastor of a growing church that's very active, doing a lot of things in the community. I want to welcome Chad Lockhart to Top Story today. How are you this morning, Chad?
I'm doing well, thank you very much, Mr. Royce, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be here with a truly local radio legend such as yourself, and I've heard the smooth tones of Henry Royce coming over the radio many years. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. I just like what I do, and I really can't hide that, Chad. Yeah. I don't think we can hide how much you enjoy doing what you're doing, being involved with the good people out at Highland Hills Community Church. Now, you are the pastor at Highland Hills Community Church.
Yes, sir.
And there's a particularly special event that's coming up that you all are putting a lot of time and effort into that we're going to share with the audience today.
Yes.
This is going to be called Summerfest 6.
Yes. This is our, it's hard to believe, it's our 6th annual Summerfest, and Summerfest is it's a community-wide celebration of the life that we have in Christ Jesus, and it's just an amazing and fun day.
It's going to start at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And that's going to be out at Jackie Browning Park, out at the football field out there.
Yes, and that's actually a little bit of a change from what we've done in the last few years. We have historically held it at the Barron County Glasgow Soccer Complex, but this year we decided to move down to Jackie Browning Park, and there's a reason for that. The girls' regional softball tournament is going to be held there that day, and so we felt it was a really good opportunity to meet new folks, and there's going to be lots and lots of people coming in and out. and just being able to go down there and show the love of Christ and just set up a fun day for people to come hang out between ball games and also, certainly for our community to come out and have a good time.
Well, that Jackie Browning Park is a wonderful facility. Hats off to all the folks in the government and the people in the recreation who have made that what it is.
Yes.
And certainly you knew it was going to be good because it was named after a fella who was so instrumental of things in this community.
Absolutely.
And as the song says, and done too soon.
Yeah.
We lost him, but it's being used for good things. Like Summerfest 6. Now, we're celebrating this Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. There's a lot of things that you all have that you're using to celebrate as a part of Summerfest.
Yeah.
Let's kind of shore that up for our audience.
Well, just kind of break down what the day is about. We'll open the gates at 1 o'clock. Everything is absolutely free, with the exception of concessions. We'll have some concessions there. We have some guys in the church that will be out grilling that day.
Yeah, well, you don't want to miss that.
Oh my gosh, they grilled some Boston butt last year, pulled pork sandwiches. Oh, so good, delicious. These guys know what they're doing.
That should draw a crowd right there.
That's right. That's right. But the admission is free. We're going to have bouncy houses set up during the day. It is the middle of July. It's going to be hot. We're going to have water slides, bouncy houses, water slides. I'm going to try to go down one of those.
Forwards or backwards?
I may bust one. I don't know. We'll see. No, but it's for the kids. Again, we want to invite all of the kids in the community to come out and enjoy this day. We'll have sprinklers set up for the little ones. We have a little sprinkle pad that we're set up for those, and then some of the bigger kids can go down the water slides. Also, bouncy house. We're going to have water games during the day, cornhole set up. So again, we just really want to invite the community to come out and be a part of this this amazing event.
Well, the big thing that you're doing, you've got all these things you mentioned about, but there's one special thing you're going to be having there, and that's fellowship.
Yes.
There's nothing more warming, nothing more inviting than having good fellowship among people when you do things like this.
Absolutely, and and that's one of the callings that we have, specifically on our church, is to engage people and to engage people with the gospel. And so just getting to meet new people and getting to share with them, our story and certainly what Christ has done, not only in our church, but in our lives. And that leads us to, in the evening at 7 p.m., the gates open at 1. We have the bouncy houses, the water slides and things. And then at 7 p.m., we also have a stage set up out there. Our worship band leads us in just some powerful worship. We have a message that I'll be bringing that night, and then we'll conclude the night with some more worship from our praise band as well as baptisms. We'll have people confessing their faith in baptism there. So just an amazing night.
Starts at 1.
Starts at 1.
It's going to be something to enjoy well into the evening.
Absolutely.
And folks are going to really appreciate all the efforts that you all have put into it. Yeah. Water slide, bounce house, concession, splash pad, and games, plus, the worship, the music, and your message. It's a full day.
Absolutely.
And
it's a full day, and it's a
fun
day.
Congratulate you and all of your parishioners there at Highland Hills Community Church for putting this together. I think it's something that people are going to enjoy being a part of.
Absolutely.
Tell your neighbor and then bring your neighbor. How's that?
And also, Summerfest began as a sort of a kickoff to our Vacation Bible School. And this year, we're actually pushing VBS back a week so that our people can kind of breathe a little bit and recover. We used to do this day-long event and then go right into VBS, and it was a little tiring. But we have some awesome volunteers there at Highland Hills. So our VBS will actually start the following Sunday on July the 15th. On Sunday night, it will run Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. That's through the 18th, from 5:30 to 8:30. And the theme this year is Shipwrecked. And Rescued by Jesus is the name of it for our kids. So if you have kids that are school-age children and you'd like to have them involved in VBS, you can go to our website at highlandhillschurch.com. You can register on there, find out more information, and figure out how you can be a part of this amazing VBS.
Chad, we thank you for coming for Top Story today. We also thank you for the effort put into making something special. Summerfest 6 this Saturday afternoon starting at 1 p.m.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. I'm Henry Royce for Top Story on WCLU.
By Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about private caregiver and referral services, because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062, 270-670-7062, 270-670-7062.
Remaining under that flash flood watch, we could see heavy rain once again today. Another couple of inches possible on already saturated soil. Scattered storms will become likely, and we could pick up some gusty winds. We top out around 85. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms early. Overnight low, 72. Scattered thunderstorms for our Thursday. Afternoon high to around 90. Stray shower thunderstorm for Friday to finish out the work week. Mostly sunny otherwise. 91 for the high. I'm Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. Looking at the constant coverage and studio radar screen, things ugly in between Nashville and Knoxville this morning. Big thunderstorm out east of Mount Juliet, and it continues northward as you get into places like Lafayette, Carthage, Tennessee, some of those areas, with some big thunderstorms there this morning. The thunderstorm, actually it was light shower activity we had this morning, has moved on off to the east, just to the south of Monticello. Not seeing much coming our way back to the west just yet, but the potential is there. It's still a humid day out there, 94% humidity. The winds are out of the south at about 4 miles an hour. Southwest now at a couple of miles an hour. It's calmed down a little bit. And the big number on the board this morning is the rain gauge got 2.20 inches in it, 2.20. And just be aware of the fact that it's we have the flash flood watch until 7 o'clock tonight. As much rain as we've had, it won't take anything much to have it come out of the ground, across the road, or wherever you're going. So let's just be aware of that. 71 degrees. This weather update today brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, private caregiver and referral service. If it's going to rain all day, you might as well go inside and hear some good speaking. And we have the president of the Glasgow Kiwanis Club with us right here on the radio and on the television today. We're talking about Matt Mutter. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Doing good, Henry. How are you?
Doing real good. We got that. You got that green shirt on. It's just like those June Dairy Month shirts we give away. But you could have won one of those.
Well, I hope you don't have a green screen around here anywhere.
We do in the back room, but we could put some really interesting things on your belly right there if we had the time to work it out. But what we have today is a really big thing, because a gentleman who has left a mark on this community and made a name for himself for many years is going to be speaking today at the Kiwanis Club, and I want you to tell us about the who, what, when, where, and why, Matt.
That's right, Henry. Well, first of all, I want to invite everyone to come to the Kiwanis Club. We meet every Wednesday at 12 noon at George J's on the square. We are a service-oriented club. We sponsor so many children's functions and other clubs in this area. But today is a special day. We have special guest, Dr. Daley McPeak, which most people know from McPeak Eye Care Center here in Glasgow. He's going to be our guest speaker. He moved to Naples, Florida back in the 90s, the late 90s, and he's recently written an autobiography. And if you don't know Dr. McPeak very well, he is a well-known, what would be the word, aviationist, I guess. I don't know.
He is.
He loves to fly planes.
Aviationist, musician, physician.
He's a very talented
man. He's
man.
Good at a lot of stuff.
That's right. And he has written his autobiography, and he is going to come share that with us at the Kiwanis Club today. He's very excited about it. He's bringing some gifts with him. But we want to invite everyone out to the community. We've talked to the Chamber of Commerce. We're trying to get the word out. We'd like to have George J's just packed to the rim today.
It's a really nice place to sit and listen to somebody interesting to talk.
It is.
To talk, and Dr. McPeak is certainly very interesting. And you have a lot of very friendly people in the Kiwanis Club too, Matt. I got to say that.
We do. We have several people that are well known in the community. People like Doug Hatchett, Tommy Jackson, Ben Ray, Jennifer Payne. The list goes on and on.
Nice folks. And I'm sure the registration's not closed, is it?
Oh no, it's always open. We always take members. We'd love to have you just stop by at 12 noon. We'll We'll feed you lunch, and we'll tell you what Kiwanis is all about. But we're just a group of people that like to get together and try to help out the children of the community. We just, anything that has to do with children and helping children, we will be right there in the middle of it.
So today, what time should they get there, Matt?
You can get there about 11:30, 11:45 for lunch.
At George J's on the square.
That's right. Everybody knows where George J's is.
You'll see the hubbub going on, getting ready for a special guest speaker.
But we'll have a lot of people there. The meeting will start at 12.
Okay.
We'll go through some of our regular meeting items, and then we will turn it over to Dr. McPeak and let him fill us in.
That should be very interesting, Matt, and I applaud you all for bringing Dr. McPeak back to talk. And it's a good note, too, to talk about his autobiography, but also, you know, he's a fascinating guy because of the fact that he was a pioneer in his vocation and wasn't afraid to move forward just because a lot of it hadn't been done yet.
Well, and I can get on a personal note, I actually had laser surgery done on my eyes at McPeak Center about 25 years ago. So I can talk to,
25 years ago. That was a lot more scary procedure.
It was
25 years ago.
It was a lot scarier and a lot more expensive too, I'll tell you that.
But I've never seen you in a pair of glasses. So.
That's right. I haven't worn them for 25 years. That's right.
All right. Well, Matt is here as the president of the Kiwanis Club, with an invitation for you to come today, Wednesday, at the George J's for their noon meeting and hear Dr. McPeak. Should be a lot of reminiscing and a lot of information.
That's right, and not just this week, but come every Wednesday.
That's right. But you have special guests just about every week, I'm sure.
That's right. Every week we'll have a guest speaker, and we'd love to have you to join us.
You'll like the atmosphere and the fellowship.
That's right. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Matt. Matt Mutter here from the Kiwanis Club. A special invitation today. Get on over there about 11:45.
Extreme Fitness members are.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you
Hear the Ralphie's commercial, you know it's time for us to get on here and talk about some special folks celebrating today. And so let me get the music going so we can make that celebration completely official right here. Today, we've got the 60th birthday for Debbie Gooden Gossett, yes? And I sounded the gong for Debbie last hour. Happy 60th to Debbie Gooden Gossett. And not to belabor the point, she's also having a wedding anniversary today. Debbie and Larry Gossett, their 37th wedding anniversary is today. Now we've also got Lily Bennett. Lily is 7 today. Santana Martin is 16 today. And we have Mark Blackburn, Debbie Bennell. Ellis Thomason is 88, a very nice lady. I enjoyed hearing about Miss Ellis and the raising those 10 kids single-handedly, and quite a strong gal for sure. Bob Hughes is 75. Bob's son called up to make sure we knew he was 75 today, and a good fella indeed. Spencer Clemens, and we also have the birthday of Betty Turner Hare. Anniversary side, Tommy and Barbara Jackson is the 48th for the Jacksons today. And we have the 38th anniversary for Dave and Brenda England. And I told you about Debbie and Larry, 37th anniversary today. And while we're dropping names, I mentioned Betty Hare's birthday. She is good as gold today. She is our good as gold honoree. So if you happen to see Betty Turner Hare around town today, you be sure to let her know she's good as gold from her friends here at WCLU. And a little taste of Texas, where you can always enjoy going to Texas and seeing how good the food really is.
TJ Sampson providing TLC total.
We're going to fast track here. Oh, that's wait a minute. That's the tidbit news is what I'm looking for.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Spinning the globe for tidbit news. And before we get to the tidbit news here, Angela, I got one thing to tell you. On Facebook, I got a message from Linda Armstrong.
Okay.
Linda says, Clark Speck was my grandfather.
What?
So we can find out. I don't know whether Mr. Speck told Miss Linda anything about that runoff election, or
there you go,
or living in the little house out there, all that stuff. But anyway, it's good to know the connections. We are well connected around here.
There we go.
Including the fact that Miss Linda Armstrong's granddaddy was Clark Speck.
Pretty cool.
Sound like a special man for sure.
For sure.
Now, let's see. We are into the tidbit mode, and we got a special feature today on Tidbit News.
Aaron.
Here we go.
Do you have the video?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so check this out, folks. This is a legit video.
Okay.
That's not a big dog.
Yeah, no.
That's a bear.
Yeah.
A BEAR bear.
Yeah.
This is in the Temple Hill Nobob area of Barron County.
Is there any sound on that video?
I mean, I know if
no.
Okay, I was gonna say if there's any screaming or any.
I did check it before.
Okay, all right.
And it's
turn that
nothing
up.
but people going. So it's just whispers. So I just
Look at
turned
that.
it down.
So this is a black bear
in the Temple Hill Nobob area,
helping himself to somebody's outdoor deck.
I'm
right?
trying to tell you. Look at that.
Let's keep it watching here. Is he gonna get in a swing?
I don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, here, let's watch it and see. You need to preview this video.
About 3 seconds. There he goes.
Yeah.
But here, I'll play it again.
Yeah. Here
Look at it.
The bear says, "Oh, I'm gonna stretch out in that swing."
How
So it's in the
crazy is
Temple
this?
Hill area.
Temple Hill Nobob area. Thank goodness for Daniel Irwin, always looking out for me.
Oh, yeah.
He tagged me in a Facebook video. This was, again, Temple Hill Nobob area.
Yeah.
This is a bear. Now, I'm not saying it's a grizzly bear, but I'm saying I'm not going out on this deck.
No, I mean the bear does not. The bear's kind of a loner, I think.
Well, I mean, it looks like a sweet, nice bear, but again, they could probably eat your face off.
A sweet, nice bear.
Well, like from a distance on video.
Yeah. I'd be careful about any outdoor grilling or anything.
Well, and here's what would freak me out. Like, I wouldn't want the bear to notice me, because what if it tried to get in?
Yeah. It could have been intrigued with what you were. So you see, that's the. I'm glad that whoever shot this video was careful about it, so that they didn't, endanger their life or the lives of any others. But then again, if you're to be corny about it, the Bears belong in Park City. Temple Hill's the Bulldogs.
He's just going to the fair.
That's right.
He heard about all the great things going on at the Barron County Fair.
You heard James Betty talking about the new food items this year.
Oh, my Lord.
Hey, if a bear goes to the fair, or they call it the Temple Hill Bear grounds. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's right.
I am personally.
Where's that drum?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, everybody, for that one.
Well, that's a good place to have it, you know.
Oh my God, Aaron, you were so punny.
So the question is though, but now what is the what's the age of that video?
Recent.
Okay.
Like I'm thinking, like when I say recent, like yeah, like past few days.
That bear's got a lot of confidence walking across.
I'm sorry, this happened yesterday morning.
Okay, all right, yesterday morning. So it's not like the bear's long gone.
No.
And what are the plans? Has there been any notification of like wildlife folks or anything like that?
Hold up, you mean people can't just post it on Facebook? You got to notify somebody?
No, I'm just saying. Does anybody feel threatened by the bear on the deck?
There are 2 calls I would have made. I had called Sheriff Kent Keene and Emergency Management Director Tracy Shirley. Those would have been my first 2 calls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Somebody to do with wildlife.
Did you see that in the last few seconds?
Carl
he takes
Lucas
a bite
hurt.
of that pillow. You guys see where he takes a bite of that pillow? Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's taking that back to the woods with him.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Apparently, he didn't like the taste of the pillow because
I tell you,
wasn't his flavor. Well, how about that? So we've got a bear in Temple Hill, and I guess you could read up on bears and see what their habits are. If they sleep at night, sleep in the day.
What their habits are, they have claws. I don't care their habits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How friendly they are.
They could eat my face off. No.
What's the best way to communicate with a bear?
Through Barron County Sheriff Kent Keene or Emergency Management Director Tracy Shirley. Those are the only ways I'd communicate with it.
All right. Well, hang on. Let's see. Is this a car? Hold on a second. This could be a call. Somebody with something about the bear.
Let's see. Maybe it is. To the Temple Hill Bear Grounds.
I'm sorry.
I thought somebody want to tell us about the bear, but it was something else. So hold on. I'll get that in a second.
I love it.
Somebody had some bear tips. You know, some Q-tips for the bear.
Aaron, one last time for those folks who don't. I mean, for you folks on the radio, I swear you need to go online, WCLU Radio's Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, it's worth creating a Facebook page.
The bear looks slim to me.
Even more reason not to fool with it.
Hungry. See if I can't go over here and eat this pillow off this swing.
Going to the fair to get funnel cake too.
That's right. Bear claws.
Oh my! Here we go.
That's bad. All right. Well, anyway, that's what we have today on Tidbit News, and it's local Tidbit News.
Lord help me.
And hopefully we can. Everybody just needs to be safe when they're. My advice is don't approach the bear.
I mean, no.
Don't try to get up close and see what kind it is because you won't know.
And man, I don't care how tough you are, you cannot wrestle this bear.
Yeah. Well, hey, that reminds me. I have a tidbit. I was going to save these tidbits for tomorrow, but since men are wanting to be tough, I'll use this quick story here while we're wrapping up the bear. Yeah, that's right. There's a North Carolina man who has admitted to impersonating a 3-star Army general and landing a chartered helicopter at a technology company, all to impress a woman.
Wow.
His name is Christian. Now, you're the woman in this mix, Angela.
Oh, you think? Okay. Gee.
We can't say about the bear. Christian DeGros pleaded guilty Tuesday to 1 count of pretending to be a military officer.
Okay.
The 58-year-old faces 3 years in prison. His sentencing scheduled for July. Defense attorney said sentencing guidelines call for no more than 6 months. Authorities say he unexpectedly had a charter helicopter pilot land on a soccer field last November at a sprawling corporate campus.
What?
He was wearing a uniform when he told a security officer that he was there to pick up a female employee for a classified briefing. Authorized by the president, no less. The president of what? So, you
president
know.
of my book club.
That's right. So don't be impressing a woman with by trying to talk to that bear any more than you would be.
If you want to impress a woman, just act like you've got some sense.
Yeah, that's right. That seems to be the thing, doesn't it?
I mean, no, that needs to be the thing.
All right. That's what we have on Tidbit News. We'll be working on more. I love the fact you come up with these videos and stuff, and your fan club sends this stuff in?
I love when people send me stuff. It's great.
Yeah. All right. Tidbit News. That's a wrap on today.
Good morning, friends. As we continue to have killings and burnings and violence and shootings all across this land, we're still subjected to the same old nonsense from many who are intent on blaming environment, social ills, poverty, heredity, and guns for these events. When will we get our heads on straight and realize that all the evils done by man come from an evil heart and a perverted mind? Only when the heart and mind is tuned to Jesus will these problems begin to lessen or go away. The evil heart will always find a way or a weapon to do their intended act of destruction. So then, let's start identifying the real root cause of our problems, the wickedness of man's heart. Let all, from the top of our nation's leadership down to the grassroots of its citizenry, acknowledge this and act accordingly. We are either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. If we insist on avoiding the truth that evil hearts are the cause of all of these, as well as other tragedies, then we become either a blind guide or a blind follower. In either case, we will eventually find ourselves in the ditch with no hope of recovery. If we would only turn to God and follow the words of Jesus, then we could go a long way toward a solution to these and other ills of mankind. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
The Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express is your shop for home, body, gifts, weddings, babies, and more store. You'll find a little bit of everything, and it's far from empty. If you need a gift for someone during bereavement, the Empty Nest carries wind chimes, picture frames, birdhouses, and canvas prints for remembering a loved one. Celebrating a new baby or a couple just getting married, the Empty Nest has bridal and baby registry too. You'll see it's not so empty at the Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express at the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
Bring your whole family to Farmers RECC Annual Meeting Thursday, July 12th at the Cave City Convention Center. Registration begins at 5:30. A performance by the Martin Family Circus beginning at 6. Register for a chance to win one of 10 $100 gift cards, and for graduating high school seniors and above, the chance to win a Farmers RECC scholarship. Mark your calendar for Farmers RECC's Annual Meeting Thursday, July 12th. Details at farmersrecc.com or follow us on Facebook.
It was one of those moments. I was a proud dad standing behind my son as he just switched off on his first bicycle pedal, pulled out my cell phone, and what did I do? Dropped it. Yep, there it was. And I knew it was cracked the second I picked it up. I didn't worry, because I knew where to take it, and that's Gadget Patchers, located at 199 Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow. Gadget Patchers is a cell phone and computer repair store where I take all of my gadgets when they're in need of repair, whether that's cell phone screen, the charging port, or maybe it won't even come on at all now. And I have no doubt that Seth and all his talented staff at Gadget Patchers have the answers waiting for you. They can replace the entire screen, pretty much service a cell phone in any way imaginable. Time for an upgrade anyway? They've got newly refurbished phones and at great prices. Call Seth Arterun down at Gadget Patchers at 270-228-0000 or stop in and get your repair quote on your device, or bring it in and have them take a look at it, and you can shop around for a fully refurbished computer or laptop right in the store, as well as tablets and other phone accessories that you're going to need once you get that repair complete. Be sure to mention WCLU and get 10% off all accessories. Don't miss another one of life's events because of your broken device. See Gadget Patchers today.
All right, 7:54. Here's a good fella having a birthday today. It's Larry Barber. We just learned that Larry is turning 77 today. You know Larry, you see him out and about all over the place, and this time, wish him happy 77th birthday today, 7:54.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast, sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
Do you have your checklist ready for spring planting season? Well, the first item on your list should be Southern States. Yes, Southern States in Glasgow has been stocking up, getting ready to meet your demands this spring. Southern States has the right seed for the application, the right fertilizer to promote robust growth, and the crop protectants to help with weed control and pesky insects. Billy Beckham at Southern States has built a staff you can count on to help make those tough decisions, from yard seed to garden seed. And Southern States now stocks the hard-to-find Holland grills and accessories. Stop in at Southern States at 300 Sampson Street in Glasgow and see how serious we are about serving you every day. Call Southern States 651-6167. Southern States, farmer-owned since 1923.
Remaining under that flash flood watch, we could see heavy rain once again today. Another couple of inches possible on already saturated soil. Scattered storms will become likely, and we could pick up some gusty winds. We top out around 85. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms early. Overnight low, 72. Scattered thunderstorms 4-hour Thursday. Afternoon high to around 90. Stray shower thunderstorm for Friday to finish out the work week. Mostly sunny otherwise. 91 for the high. I'm Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. We're at 71 degrees. The radar screen just shows a few little areas dotting the landscape. Most of it's down well, not most of it, but a bunch of it's down in Tennessee. Some lighter showers here in southern Kentucky. And as Aaron is zooming in over there, I'm looking at Somerset about to get hit over the Louisville and Cumberland Parkway. Also up in between Edmonton and Greensburg with some pretty good thunderstorm activity up there. And then down in northern Tennessee out to the east of Westmoreland, going all the way into out east of Nashville. So these little showers, they're not really little in terms of intensity, but they are in areas of coverage. But if they get over the right area, then what's going to happen is it's going to cause these flash floods that we're under a watch for until 7 o'clock tonight. And stay tuned, of course. Our affiliation with the Weather Channel, Jeff Eno and Ray Stajic, will go on live from the Weather Channel. If there's an imminent danger out there, we'll keep you posted on that all day long here on WCLU 757. Why don't we flood the phone line? Caller number 8, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Caller number 8. Beach Bend Park tickets are waiting for you now.
Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees. So whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on the path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green, or in Glasgow, call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
Well, the 8th time I picked up the phone was Jesse Brown. Jesse is on his way to work at the farm today. He's going to be working maybe dodging raindrops. But anyway, Jesse Brown says he's got some great grandchildren that he just wants to take to Beach Bend. So he's won the tickets. But we've got several pairs left. So don't give up on us. Keep the radio right where you have it. And the news you depend on is
Join us Thursday, June 28th at 10:30 a.m. as we introduce a new concept to the local economy. It's Unique Gifts, the Market.